always makes me laugh. Welcome to Supply and Demand Technical Analysis by me, Chris Obi-Wan Sasson. And so turn my speakers down one sec. All right. I'm gonna share my screen today. Well, I'm always sharing my screen. I want to show you all my results for January. Not good results, hey. But I did have a 3% capital gain, even though I made so many bad mistakes, which I'm going to chalk up to being my first month trading live, and it's definitely different than I expected. Trading live on stream puts a lot of pressure on you, and I knew that would happen. I knew it would make me a better trader, so that's why I'm doing this. And still, with all that pressure, with all those bad mistakes, I still ended up with a 3.2% capital gain, thanks to my wins last week. And, well, I mean, that's better than a bank. 3%, that's better than most investments. And that's with all the mistakes. This is a 25% win rate, which is really, really, really low compared to my usual win rate and the win rates of others in our group. Now, if you like this spreadsheet is pretty awesome. It puts in your goals and it tracks your month-to-month win rates, tracks your deposits and withdrawals. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Shows you easily, as you're putting your numbers in, exactly what your trade size should be, and it tells you that by trade size, or also with the amount of the coin that you should buy to get the trade size you want. And I think this has made my life so much easier. So if you want this spreadsheet, well, I'm not going to give it to you because it's not mine to give. One of the awesome members of Onyx put this together, and if you want this, it's free for you if you are a student of the Onyx trading platform. And if you want to join that platform, if you want to join the big leagues and join the pros who do this day in, day out, all you have to do is message me. My email address is... Where's my email address? Right here. Can't see it. Pop it down there. Contact Obi-Wan Sasson, trader@gmail.com. That's me. And I'll get in touch with you. I'll put you in contact with my coach and we'll get you in the program. If you're watching me for the first time on Twitch, you're going to see raw results from me. You're going to see what it's like to actually trade as a professional or an amateur trying to be a professional, but you're going to see mistakes. You're going to see my TA as I go. And my TA is pretty darn good. If you had listened to me last month, not followed the trades that I did on this spreadsheet, but if you'd listened to my TA, and if you put on every trade that I showed you last month, unlike what I did, if you put on every trade that I actually showed you, you would have made a pretty amazing profit. Me, I didn't put on every trade that I put up on these charts, and I was kicking myself every time I put up a trade on the charts and I didn't put it into this book. It was a successful trade, and I would have been in much further profit. So this is a bad month, guys. This is a terrible. This is the worst trading month that I've had in the last 6 months, and still ended up with a 3.2% gain. I'm happy with that. I'll take that as a win. And that's what this channel is about. I'm showing you the day-to-day ins and the outs, the dirty laundry of what it's like to be a crypto trader using supply and demand. It can be really, 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 really good. It can be really hard. But anyone can do this, and you can control your own destiny. You can make your own money. And it's a market that renews itself. There's always opportunities on the table. Even in a bearish market, we can make money. We can make tons of money. So right now, all my trades are closed. Closed those last few out with a major profit. I'm really happy with those. So there's nothing here in positions. There's no active trades at all. I'm going to be scanning the market today, and we'll be looking for my next opportunities. If you guys have any coins that you specifically want to see TA on, well, all these tabs up here are coins I've done TA on yesterday and the day before on the stream. We do TA live. And if you have coins that you want to see, just let me know in the chat, and I will chart those up for us. What I'm going to first do is just scan through the coins that I have done, looking to see if the opportunities that I made the other days are still valid, and if they are, I might put some trades on. Now, starting with DYD, I like this trade here because we are looking at a fresh order block within the gray areas are where I put my breaker blocks. If you don't know what they are, that's fine. You can learn them. You can learn everything that I do. Just hit me up on that email right there. But this is like I said, it's a order block within a breaker block at a current used resistant level. So it ticks 3 boxes for me. This is a trade I'm going to put on today, I think. We can get a nice 4.36 risk to reward ratio if it breaks the structure. If it doesn't break the structure, there's roughly a 3. Well, I need to make sure. I need to make sure that if this doesn't break the structure, I can still get a 3. The rules are I must be able to get a risk to reward ratio of 3. So I can do that in this case by moving my stop loss slightly up, and I think that's pretty fair. If the price does break this structure, I should be looking to take a short anyway. So that's a possible trade. Now before I put this trade on, I do need to make sure it's going to be confluent with what my thoughts are on Bitcoin. So that's the only thing that might stop me putting this trade on, is what's going to happen with Bitcoin. And as it's got three of the rules are ticked, so I think this is a fair trade. I can't decide yet if this will be a 1%, 2%, or 3%. I'll think about that shortly. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, and actually before we do that, let's take a look at the DXY, which is one of the ways that I can put a finger in the air and get a feeling for what exactly is happening in the markets. DXY. Now, I am very bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. Very bullish. However, lots of things had to happen. We are expecting a retracement. Wow. Okay, so I'm liking what I'm seeing here on the DXY. We have broken through this demand level, which is great to see. Retrace back up. That's fine. That's what we'd expect. And it looks like we're going to, well, once we've tested some higher prices on the DXY, we're probably going to come down and test this lower area here, which is what I'm waiting for. When this happens, we're going to see a big push up in crypto, probably. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. In the meantime, I think, price has retraced somewhat, which is what we saw over the last couple of nights. Bitcoin price is going down slightly. Where will it stop? Hopefully, well, we've got resistant levels here. We've got resistance levels somewhat here and somewhat up here. So probably the price may come up a bit further. So a slight retracement or a medium retracement back down before hopefully getting stopped right here and returning back to test lower prices. So what could this mean for Bitcoin? We can see here for Bitcoin, I was in this long. We took it all the way to the top, took half profits there, and took full profits down here. When I saw that, for me, the key to getting out was the fact that we had double top and a lower high was reached. That was my key. I was out. So if you're wondering why I chose to get out, that's it. Seeing that we couldn't trace back up to make a new higher high, yeah, that was it for me. So one opportunity here is to look for a short. So if I am looking for a scalp, and a scalp would be a very risky trade. There is, let's look at the 4-hour chart, because I do prefer to scalp off the 4 hours. And there is no 4-hour order block up here. Not really one that we can use. We have a 1-hour order block. Trouble with 1 hours is they're just not strong order blocks. They're not strong levels. Price can quickly cut through a 1 hour and just take your stops. I'm not keen on that, personally. 2 hour, let's see if there's a 2-hour order block, because that'll be slightly better than 1 hour. Oh, not really. I mean, you could count that small block there as an order block of the 2 hours. That is reasonable. And we can do a short, if you wanted to. Short right here. Sorry, just got a message on my phone. Ooh. With the previous high as the stop loss, and looking at this order block down here, we only get a 2, so that's not reasonable for me to take a short here at all. Unless I go right to the top here, and not even then. So I'm not going to be taking a short here in Bitcoin at this point. Not at this point, because for me, this block here, we got a 4-hour order block right here on Bitcoin. And this has to be retested. Looks like price is heading down there. I don't, my thinking is here for Bitcoin. Price may bounce off this 4-hour order block and hopefully see new highs. If it breaks free of this, well, then we're coming down here to the bottom. As for whether or not this bottom will push a new higher high, I don't know. We've hit this bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times and had decent reactions off them, but as we know, with these order blocks, they get weaker over time. Resistance gets weaker most of the time. We are seeing smaller, what I call mosquito bites, where the candles come into the order block and it is going higher. There is a slight tendency moving higher. You could say maybe resistance has built up here. Maybe it has. Maybe it has. I hope it has. I hope it has. So my plan for Bitcoin will actually be to put a long on right here. And this is just one idea. This idea might not work. I want to make sure I'm targeting that low there as my stop. And that as my take profit 1. Whereas take profit 2 will be up here. I'm going to get rid of that trade too. So that's something I'm going to put on. I think that's a reasonably good assumption that the price is going to come down here, test this, and bounce. Now, as for how far it bounces, I don't know. It is a fresh order block at a key, not a key resistance level, but a reasonable resistance level. So it ticks 2 boxes. I'm going to be running that one for sure. Definitely putting that trade on shortly. Definitely. Probably a 2% on this one. Maybe 3. I don't know. We'll think about that later. We'll think about the risk to reward. Jar Trader. No, you didn't miss anything, mate. I was just showing my results. My shitty results for January. Not great results, but still 3% gain. I'll take that. I'll take that. This is going to be a far better month. I feel like I've hit in my swing. I'm striding, you know what I mean? I'm comfortable with streaming now. I'm comfortable with making mistakes on air. And I think that's the key there, being comfortable enough to make mistakes, which means I'm going to be putting more trades on. That's the goal here. Not necessarily to find more trades. I want to put more of the trades on that I have found. Not find more trades, because that'll get me looking for trades that aren't there. So I'm sticking to my rules, sticking to my 4-hour order blocks, sticking to highly confluent trades, looking for trades that have checkpoints, key support and resistance, 4-hour order block, and preferably inside a breaker block to get the trifecta. Better than you, mate. Really? This did better than you? We need... Yeah, look, hit me up on Discord, man, so I'll see if I can give you some tips. Because you shouldn't be doing worse than this. I made some pretty bad calls. But, on the other side, I did quite well with my even trades. So, I had that going for me. There are a few trades there, especially in that last night when Bitcoin shot up. It was when Bitcoin started acting up, a lot of people were trying to find how far down Bitcoin would go. If you look at the 1-hour chart. How far down would Bitcoin go before we could catch it? And I had trades on. I had a few trades on that night. I had a long position here. Roughly here. Right, I had this long position here. And as you can see, that one absolutely hit my stop loss. But on this one, I saw that we didn't have a big reaction. I was in it. I was in it like this, something like this, rough like this. And I was watching the reaction, and I saw it wasn't huge, and I ended up canceling this trade with a loss of like $2. And then in my second trade, that was a 2% trade. Okay, so what I'm doing these days is I'm really trying to articulate to myself what risk level do I want to take. And because this wasn't at the bottom of the structure, I put a 2% risk. So I think I lost like $8 on that one. And then down here, this was a 3% risk trade. 50% of this massive order block down here fits all the rules of Onyx. This is an Onyx perfection trade. And in fact, I know that our esteemed coach he had this exact same trade. So this one I put a 3% risk on. If you can get in better with your risk management, asking yourself, why is this trade more risky than others, and what is a reasonable amount of percent that I should risk on this, you'll end up, in this case, losing smaller trades where you're risking less, but winning bigger trades where you're risking more. So this was a 3% risk for Bitcoin. My XRP trade was this bad boy here. Now my stop loss was further down. My stop loss was there, okay. But once we had the reaction come up, I moved my stop loss to be far less. All right. This was a 2% risk trade because it was still not at the bottom of the structure. My 3% risk trade was right down here at the bottom of the structure. Why? Because at the bottom, there's more chance that we're going to see that huge big swing come up. We know that these coins range most of the time. So that's the thinking that I put into those. All right, now Bitcoin, I am looking at, having said what I just said, probably doing a 2% risk trade here. So that was actually cool to recap my risk strategy. I'll be making a 2% risk trade right here. I'm just going to quickly scan through the top coins that I have in my tabs and see if there's any other trades that I want to put on. So far we have 2 possibilities. Look, AVAX is a pretty good trade there too. This is a pretty consistent level in the past. We've got consistent resistance here. So this is a pretty good trade, I think. To the lowest point of the structure, well into the discounted prices. And I'm not happy picking up any of these breaker blocks because we have of course a breaker block here. So let's just code that one in. If I put on a long there, I think that's at about 60% retracement. It's a reasonable trade, but the stop there, the stop is just tiny. And let's have a look at Fib on this one. So the Fibonacci is a tool that we use just to figure out where retracements might get to, for those who are not used to the Fib. Fibonacci is a great tool to use for trading, it really is. For some reason, things line up to it. Alright, so that breaker block there, is it a 60% retracement level? Yeah, that's honestly probably a reasonable trade. I'd probably put a 1% on that. Is that a 4-hour breaker block? Okay, 4-hour breaker block, that works. And we have a 4-hour order block down here to catch just in case. That might be a 2%, that might be a 3%. AVAX is looking pretty good there. There's a reasonable chance too that the price will retest this area too. Doesn't have a huge resistance history, this level. Just looking back through history. That's the level I'm looking at there. It does have somewhat of a resistance. There's been resistance here. Let's draw a line. We'll draw a horizontal line just to check resistance levels. So we've had resistance here, big resistance there. Okay, so this is reasonable. It's a reasonable trade. Down here would be better because we've had resistance there. There. Yeah, I think they're both pretty even on the resistance, honestly. Yeah, okay. There's the 2 trade ideas for AVAX. I'm going to be putting this one on, I think. So my first 3 tabs are three trades I'd like to make. I'm looking for the ones with the best risk to reward and the least amount of risk. Okay, so XRP. Well, I've come out of this trade already, so this is off the table. I just want to redraw this. That was my old line there telling me what was a discounted price. So I'm going to use my ruler, go top and bottom of this structure to find the new reasonable price. That is the new price. So we are in premium prices right now for XRP. You could be thinking of putting a trade on right here for XRP. You could be thinking about going long right here. But I'm not. And I'm not going long because this order block, even though it's a level that we've had high resistance in the past, it's been completely shattered. This order block is no longer. This is gone. Absolutely gone. It's been invalidated. Now the price may come down here and it may play at this level, but it's going to break free. It's going to break through for sure. And we're going to see this price down here get tested. Now the last time this order block got tested, it fed this massive big rise up here. But now it's fed this small rise up here. So this order block doesn't look like it's got a big level, like a big lot of liquidity. It certainly didn't drive up new highs on XRP, even though it did well. We did break free of this structure here, but we didn't make a new high. So that's got me a little bit concerned. Now XRP is likely to take what happens on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin comes down to here and shoots off, XRP is likely to come down somewhere around here and shoot off again. Now we do have a fresh order block from that last pump. One fresh OB. Alright. Price could come down. Yeah, I think price could actually come off this level here. It has done before. It might do again. This level might have enough steam to push a new high, perhaps. It's not the bottom of the structure. And to get a decent stop loss, you can target middle of that. Targeting the top of that range. 3.72. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's a possibility there. And then if that falls through, I could take another long down here at 3%. Certainly this is risking the idea that we're going to bounce around this area. Right? But we should get a big enough reaction that I can at least set this one to break even. So those are some pretty reasonable ideas. Alright, BNB. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. If I do, I'm going to have to mute this mic. I do apologize in advance. Man, I wish I was in that trade. I'd be out of it by now. BNB, new highs. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high. Higher low, higher high. Alright, we are still following this trend line. That's got me a bit concerned about BNB. Alright, trend lines, what are they? They're not. They are not, and I repeat, they are not a line that we use to invest in supply and demand trading. We do not put trades along the trend line, right? Why? Because trend lines get broken. More often than not, trend lines will be broken. The reason why they were broken is simple. Every time the price comes down to this line, people, retail traders, are putting their stops. Every single time, stops. Why? Because they're going long. They're going long, and that just builds up liquidity under this level. What's going to happen? All of this is going to come down, and my assumption is it's going to come down. It's going to break through these two key order blocks, take all these stops, hit a lower order block, and then go higher anyway. Watch out for trend lines, guys. These things are dangerous. So there's three possible places I would think of putting my trade. Not here, because we don't really have a big resistance here. Small resistance up here, so I'm not going to be putting my trade there. That would just put me in with every other retailer. Putting my trade in this zone here, again, that's going to put me in with every other retailer with their stops right here. It's a decent place to do a 1% trade. It's risky as hell, so I only put 1% down. But I think when the stop hunt happens, We're going to be taking all of these stops down here, and we're going to be going to this level. This is the level I think we'll be going. You could do a 2% trade here. It's a reasonable level. It's a fresh order block. It hasn't been mitigated yet, but your stop has to be somewhere smart. You need to be making sure that your stop is at least going to capture these lows, because the price on a clustered order block, price can easily come down into this. Now you could get a better result by doing this. Gives me 5.47, and that's pretty good. I like that. This is something I'll probably watch for. Now the stop hunt could end up just stopping here and going all the way up. That's fine. I'll be watching this zone here very carefully. If I see price come down, rally up and take these stops, I see a move up, well, I'll be jumping in. I'll be jumping right in at this level. But I'm not prepared to put a trade on blind until I see the price action. But I am interested. Okay. ETH. What a lovely trade that would have been. Why didn't I put that one on? God damn it. I've got no one to blame but myself, which is why I love trading. Being the master of your own destiny. Okay, so for ETH. I can't remember why I put the trade there. I think it was this order block here that I was targeting. I really should have drawn that in, but I think it was a different chart. We have a 4-hour unmitigated order block right here. At a 70% retracement level, that looks pretty good. That looks like a decent trade to me. Oops, that's a short. I'd be taking a long from here. At least up to there. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. With a decent stop. If we break this structure here, we are certainly making a bearish structure. In which case you want to be doing a short from up here. Now, that is a fresh order block. It is close to a key level of resistance, which is this line here that I have highlighted. That's a key level of resistance. That's 2 out of 3. Two out of 3. Sorry, I've just seen a YouTube video pop up on my screen. Just want to see what it's saying. Just bear with me. Dumb money is falling for this trap. Why the SP 500 Bitcoin investors went all in. Yeah, okay, so Jason Pizzino. Guys, if you're not watching Jason Pizzino, I'd recommend you do. I'd recommend you do. He is an amazing analyst with great videos, great content. So I will be watching that video after the stream. I have a feeling what he's saying, just hover over it. What is he saying? Did you get subtitles yet? No subtitles yet. Because the market is so bearish, he could possibly be saying that people have gone in too quick. Smart money has pumped this, or perhaps so. I'm going to watch that after the stream and see what he's saying. Anyway, Jason Pizzano. If you don't follow him, I highly recommend you do. There's a few guys in our Discord. So is this brother? So is this what, man? I highly recommend you guys watch his videos. He doesn't do supply and demand, right? So he just does regular trading, but he does it at a high time frame, which is really good to watch. Really good to watch. Not good for hour to hour tactical information, but for a general gist of where things are going, give him a watch because he posts almost daily, and it can easily give you a good indication of your long-term view of Bitcoin. He's great. All right, so. We were talking about BNB. Were we? No, we were talking about ETH, weren't we? Was it ETH? I think it was ETH. Alright. That's my plan for ETH. Now, we could be looking at scalps. That's the other thing we could be looking for. Scalps at the top. Possibly. So, at the moment, I'm looking for longs, but we could have been looking for scalps as well. We gotta keep that in mind. I don't see any though because there's not really any major 4-hour auto blocks that I've seen from the top. I mean, maybe we haven't had that break yet to say that this is really a break to look for. XRP, haven't had the 4-hour auto block. If you were looking to take a short at this auto block here, I'll draw it in anyway. It's an auto block that has, and this is the thing, when you think about whether or not you want to go short or long, this auto block up here, okay, this has been tapped into once, twice, 3 times. I don't know if it's got enough liquidity in there to hold another rally. Right? This is the thing with XRP, that auto block is gone. We've got a fresh auto block down here, and this one's already been hit 3 times. The next time this gets hit, we could see a slight rebound. But the rebounds are getting smaller. We could just push right through it. I'm hoping we do. I'm hoping we push right through it. So I'm not looking for a short for XRP at the moment. Now that breaker block there, that's well and truly gone. Should delete that. AVAX, you could consider, you could absolutely consider a, now that we've broken, a 1% scalp on AVAX. That's definitely a possibility. Taking it down to there gives you 2.99, and that's reasonable. That's the last auto block. That's a breaker block. Whether or not the price will test this high price, I don't know. If it does, I might consider taking a scalp. Bitcoin, yeah, look, Bitcoin for me, we've already got a bearish structure here. I think this would be a good opportunity actually to look for a scalp opportunity. This would be a good opportunity to look for a scalp opportunity. Doesn't make any sense. But I do think this is a good structure. So let's break this down. On the bearish side, had a down candle there, not a huge break, but we did break here. And then again, we've had a major break down here. So the auto block that made this major break, you don't really need to worry about that one. This is the one I think we should be concerned with. 2 auto blocks, one up here, and one just here. All right. Oh, we should be looking at 4 hour. Damn it. All right, 1 hour is just useless to me. All right, 4 hours. It's pretty clear. Actually, there's no 4 hour auto block here for me to go off. That's a shame. We're still inside the last 4 hour auto block. So the structure here doesn't look like I want to. Oh, I could go for this 2 hour. Yeah, 2 hour. That's not bad. Now this isn't something that I'm going to be risking a lot on. And really, I can barely get a 3. I can barely get a 3 on that, so I will not be shorting Bitcoin. Not today. ETH? Maybe. BYD? Definitely not. Okay, but ETH? What was it? Sorry, was it? It was AVAX. Yeah. AVAX I would consider a short. AVAX I would. Alright, now for GMT. Oops. This auto block is completely toast. You can see here, if you have been listening to me, that's great. If not, what are you doing watching me? But here is the trend line that we had the other day from GMT, and you can see it got broken, so those stops are taken. And we're going to probably see lower prices for GMT while those stops get taken. There's 2 spots here. We've got a fresh auto block here that hasn't been mitigated yet at a key resistance level. This is a good trade, I think. I'm waiting for this one. I'd probably put a 2 on. Why only a 2? Because it's middle of the structure. Well, it's not middle, but it's not bottom of the structure. It is in discounted prices, so we're using our ruler to find 50% of the structure. It is in discounted prices. It is inside of an auto block, which is inside of a breaker block at a key resistance level, so maybe it's a 3. Maybe it's a 3 there for GMT. It does look like we have some shorting opportunity here on GMT. Again, we do have an auto block within a breaker block. Well, we just came from one actually, just up here. But there's a fresh one up there. It's been mitigated once. To get through it, you'd have to go through this auto block and that auto block. So look, if the price does retrace or does go up for GMT, you could take a short. Yeah, you could. I think that opportunity is passed though. Now that we've had this, and it looks like to me that's a double top. So the price has been tested and retested at a shorter level and taken down. I don't think we're going to see that price again soon. I think we're going to retrace back down. So I'll be looking for that long here or here for GMT, popping that one up the top. Solana. Another great trade I should have been in. Oh well. You seen all these? It's a shame. But same thing happened. We saw the trend line. We saw it would break, and it broke. All those stops were taken. Price hasn't been taken to the new high yet, and this order block here is well and truly mitigated. It's gone. It's toast. We have stops down here. We have a lot of stops right now. Okay, this is interesting. On Sol, because we've had even lows, we have stops down here. Now, typically what that means is the price is going to come down through these stops, take them all out, hit a lower order block, and then we should see, I reckon we're going to see a big reaction off here. I think there's going to be a nice big reaction. So I'm watching Sol. I'm looking for that. I'm not going to be, that'll be my take profit 2. Take profit 1 will be top of the range at a 6.45 risk to reward. Then a lot of great trade opportunities coming up. A lot of great trade opportunities. Every time I'm seeing a new coin, I'm popping it to the top of my list. APT. Oh, that's lovely. What a lovely structure. Okay, this order block has been mitigated, more or less. It's gone. Price could still come down into here. I mean, of course, the price will come down into there, but price could still bounce off it. It's just it's probably not going to have a big steam to do that. Like, it won't have a lot of energy coming out. And one of the other reasons why I don't like this particular trade as well is because we have a lot of what do they call that? Call it it's a particular word when something's good for money. Something's really look. There's a lot of consolidation here, and that's meant there's not a lot of imbalance. So you see how these candles here are overlapping? That means there's no imbalance there. That's balanced. There is an imbalance in APT right here within the order block itself. There is that imbalance. So price is probably going to come and fill this. But when it does, I don't see it having a big reaction. You could say that now that order block has been filled. It's been balanced. I'm staying out of ABT for now. I mean, I could be wrong. Could be wrong. This could come in here. Could see a nice reaction. It could take off. But for me, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. We don't have any previous structure that we can look at for APT to say, yep, there's a key level of resistance here. There's no previous data, so I'm going to stay out of APT for now. It's going to the bottom of my list. Gala. Okay, this is a somewhat used level of resistance. This is a fresh order block. It's not within a breaker block, but it is a fresh order block. This is probably a trade. I had this on yesterday. I'd probably make this. Probably, yeah. I think it's a pretty good trade. There's better opportunities though. There's better ones. That's all. Now for Dodge. Ooh, dodgy Dodge. What have you got? Look at this trend line. Oh man. Trend lines. You're looking at DOT and Algo? Alright, we'll get to DOT and Algo. Absolutely, we'll take a look at those. But dodge. Seeing a trend line that big makes me worried. Makes me very worried. Not for me. Holders. Look, I have a feeling we got a lot of liquidity here. We have a lot of liquidity there. That's fact. Those are facts. Why here? Because we have not just is this a trend line, but we have even lows here and here, and a lot of even lows here. There's a lot of consolidation here. It means the candle came down a few times and got pushed up, came back down and got pushed up, got came down. That means more stops. More stops. You got stops galore right here. If you're learning to read between the lines, if you're learning to read where the liquidity is, it's right here. And all it's going to take is for some hungry whale who wants to get out or in and come and take all of that. Which means price could come to this level. This is a 4-hour order block right here. So we could see price come to that level. You could consider a long here. For a 10. That's fantastic. Now, I'd only put 2% on this. Or would I? I don't know. It's just that we have this massive order block down here that has been mitigated one time. It's not fresh. But this order block here isn't fresh either. It's been hit once. With a big reaction. The next reaction might not be so big. But we should still have one. This one down here though. That's a big order block. Oops. I don't think the price will retest down into this order block, honestly. I don't think it will. But I do think this one is pretty good. If price does come down this far, and it breaks this point here, breaks this with a nice clean break, and yeah, I think we're looking very bearish. Excuse me. But if the price does come down and kick off from here, well, I think it will be confluent with a nice bullish structure. So, Dodge, you can move up. Look at Gala. What's FMT looking like? Wow, yeah. FMT needs structure. Can't even trade this one. There's no structure yet up here. Nothing to look at. I've tried catching that type of thing in the past. I'm not going to do it again. Matic. Alright. Matic, we had a rebound off this order block up here. I still think we got to test this red line up, this yellow line up here. I still think it needs to be hit. We have to retest it. It's calling for it. I think we're going to bust right through this 4-hour breaker block. I think that's going to break. Completely mitigated when it does. And there are two, depending on your risk factor here, there's two places that you can take a long. I would personally go for the lower one, but if you want to get in, if you're desperate to get into something, you can take this one here. You just got to have a nice big stop, because price may not hit this bottom order block. Price could just hit this breaker block. But for me, there's no point hitting, I don't think there's much point hitting just the breaker block itself. I'd rather just wait for a 7 to 1. Because there's better trades out there today. Better trades than a 3.21. But if you're desperate to get in, I think this one will hit. I think the price could come into this and could play around here and then boost up. So that's something to look at too for Matic. Oh man, so many possible trades. It's going to be a really hectic day. Or night, when these finally hit. Same for Atom. We haven't tested this high price yet, and it'd be silly for the price to come up here and fail. It needs to test this. It needs to actually either break this price or rebound off it. And this level here is a key resistance line. So we have to break that resistance, pick this up. I think this is a reasonable trade. 60% retracement. I think it's reasonable. It's a 4-hour order block. Could it go lower? It could. If it does, it'll be coming down to this order block here, which is a breaker block just here. Litecoin, not enough structure yet. APT. Can we look at APT already? No, but this order block here hasn't had a great reaction. Not a lot of other order blocks to go off. Once it comes down into here, I think we're going to see it bounce a little bit. possibly go and retest lower prices. So I'm going to stay out of APT for now. Now, chart trader, looking at DOT and algo. So let's pick up some DOT. Where's DOT? DOT. Let's have a look at the trading volume for DOT today. Only $44 million in trading. Not a huge amount of volume on DOT. In fact, I haven't even done my new and improved charts on DOT. So that's how long it's been since I looked at it. DOT, we definitely want to be... It needs to test this point. It really does. It's like calling for a retest. And we have had a higher high. That's pretty cool. In terms of structure, one of the things I've been doing lately is just putting a box around my support and resistance. For no reason other than just to remind myself of the key support resistance lines. You can do the same thing with older data too. It's just, it can mess up your chart a little bit. So for me, it's just to remind me to look for a support resistance. Now there is another support resistance line right here. In this breaker block. So we have a breaker block here. It has been mitigated before, and it's been taken from. Is that what I'm looking for? It's been fading the upward movements that are getting weaker though. Oh no, they won't. There's a new high coming off this breaker block, and let me color this like a breaker. A sec. Breaker. We actually have a fresh order block right here. Alright. Are you looking to take a long on DOT, or are you taking a short? Hard to take a short when such a big breaking structure up there. It would seem like a long is the only way to go, right? There's also an order block right here that is yet to be mitigated. Now, I like this one down the bottom. This one down the bottom is something I'd probably put like a 3% trade on. Because you can do a long right here and your stop can be well under the resistance level for this entire structure. And you can easily take a look at 3.96. That's a lovely trade right there. But will the price come down here? We don't know. Where are you taking a short from? There is this breaker block right here that you could be taking a short from. It's a huge block though. And where are you taking your short to? That's the question. To me, yes, you could take a short. If you triggered in right there. But, man, where are you going to put your stop? Where's your stop? Is your stop going to be up there? Because to this next order block that gives me a 1.7. Dropping in your entry price and your stop. And you might be looking at the 1 hour chart, right? You may have gotten in up here. If you got in up here, that's a bit better. If you did manage to jump in on that one, that's a lot better. But drop me in your entry price. We'll take a look. Because I've only been looking at the 4 hour charts today. Oh man, I woke up a bit rough today. Rough start to the morning. What day is it today? Is it Friday? Yeah, Friday the 3rd. Alright. You have an entry point for me? Drop it in the chat. Unless you dropped it in Discord. Hold on, let me have a look. Well, there's some lovely shorts on Bitcoin that I've seen from Fritz. Oh man, I'm gonna show you that one too. That's a nice short. I wasn't up in time for that one. Let me pop that up on screen. Sick. Look at that. That is a short that follows all of our rules. Yeah, if I was awake at the time, that would have been lovely. Entry, okay, let's have a look at your entry. Entry at 6.65. Okay, what'd you use to enter that? Did you have like a block or something? Where's your stop at? Stop at 6.81. What'd you use here to get in? What'd you use? Take profit at 6.95. 6.95. Do you mean you took a long? Or are you getting your take profit mixed up? Because that doesn't make any sense. Unless you meant 5.95. 5.95 I can understand. Take profit at 6.095. Alright, your take profit's good. That's reasonable. It's within this big order block here, but I don't see the order block up here that you've used to jump in. Did you just jump in? Or are you looking at the 15-minute shot? There is an entry that I can see, but that'd be the entry that I can see would be up here because you've got this order block here broken and possibly an entry point here if you're lucky. You can see that. Can't see the entry point where you got it, but you could have just aped in, which is fine too. I think it's a good short. Look, it is top of the structure. We do have a new high, so just be. Oh, you're thinking about putting it together. Okay. Okay, and I can see here why you'd be thinking, right? Let's just delete this for now. I can see you'd be thinking about potentially this structure, right? Problem is, that's only on the 15-minute, and that doesn't hold a lot of weight. That's the thing to keep in mind. We can look for 15-minute entries, but they don't hold weight. This month of trading, these were all 15-minute entries. Okay, that's the problem. All my losses were 15 minutes. So your 15-minute entry, it has to align with a 1 hour and preferably a 5-hour entry. It's got to. Otherwise you run the risk of easily getting wicked out, but still the trade being a valid trade idea. So be careful with that. For me, if I'm going to take a trade like this, I need to be looking at the 1 hour and look at the 1 hour, the tiny structure there. Even at the 2 hour level is pretty good too. Anywhere between the 1 and 4 hours is a great idea for entry points. Grab your idea. So you've got these big order blocks here, and then look to the lower levels for your entry. That's my advice. Yeah, I don't know about dot. I think the time to enter has passed. I think the auto block that we could consider would be at the top. And I don't see a good auto block entry for dot right now. I don't see it, personally. Not for dot. I mean, you could be using this breaker block here. That is one thing you could be using. And you could take 50% short at this thing. But because we've had such a high wick... One second, guys. I'll answer that later. Because we've had such a high wick, you've got to have a reasonable stop. And I can't get a 3-to-1 trade here with my stop at a reasonable level. So I'm going to give it a miss. But Algo, let's take a look at Algo. Got any other trade ideas that we can look at? For example, this Algo trade here, look at this. That's lovely. We have had a level here. And it's now a breaker block because the price has gone through it. But it now becomes resistance. So you could take a short position here. And the wick is reasonable. And you get 3.3 to 1. So that's not too bad there on Algo. Oh man, I wish I put that trade on. Another one that would have won. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Well, that's all I can say. Well, now that I've got all these trade ideas for the day, that's actually a reasonable idea for Algo too, because it's top resistant. It's at key resistance level. It's an inner breaker block. A 4-hour breaker block. Do we have an auto block here? It's the 1-hour auto block on the top within a 4-hour breaker block. 3.3 to 1. I think that's a pretty good short. If it gets triggered, and it probably will. It looks like this could easily get triggered. A candle could easily come and take that, and then come all the way down. I like that actually. I like that. But I love that. That's like music to my ears. That's an incredible short. That's what we should be looking for. If I was up earlier today, I wasn't feeling it today, but if I was up early enough to catch this, yeah, that would be great. Just lovely. That's on the 15-minute chart too. I think the main reason I didn't go into that one is because I was still in my my long from down here. No point taking a short if I'm still in a long, but that is lovely. It's a 15-minute order block though. Let's have a look at the TA itself. It's taking this whole thing as the order block. Yeah, why is my purple the wrong color? It's the right purple. Maybe the back. There we go. That's a 15-minute order block all the way in and then down. Now, 15-minute order blocks, in my view, are a little bit risky, but you could have just put a 1% on that, and that would have been great. That would have been a great short. But you got to have those order blocks there in place. That's the thing. And for dot, I don't think we saw that. And your stop loss has to be at a reasonable level too. So stop loss for that one that we're seeing, you can stop at easily would have been a new high if that stop got hit. It would have been a new high, and you wouldn't want to be in that trade. All right, so let's recap. Recap for the day. We have DYD, possible long here. I actually think that's quite feasible. Coming into the zone now too. Hitting a 1-hour order block within a 4-hour order block within a 4-hour breaker block at a key resistance zone. This has my name written all over it. Question is, how deep can I get my entry. How deep can I get my entry? Can I get this deeper? Can I be greedy? I'm gonna have to watch. I'm gonna have to watch this one. I might have to stick around and watch this one for a while. I want to get a really good entry. Got any other coins you want me to look at while I'm here? Let me keep Dot up though, by the way. Dot. Do we have Algo still there? Wait. Maybe page not found. Where are you, Dot? Dot and Algo. Cool. We'll keep those up there. Keep a watch of them. And so I'm watching DYD for a good entry. Soul, 1 hour auto block. I wonder if you could take a short from that 1 hour auto block right there. It's within a bearish auto block as well, but on the 2 hour. So you got that. There's 2 confluences. At a key resistance level, maybe you could do a short and Soul. Maybe. But there's probably better trades out there. I'm like, oh, we already got Algo here, don't we? I like that though. I like that. I still like that. Were you looking at a short on Algo? You know what? I'm putting this one in. I'm putting this in. First trade for February. What's the date today? 3rd. Position. How do I do this again? Short. Coin. Algo. What's my leverage on Algo? Let's fix this up. Always do isolated, and I want to do 25. Let's see if I can do 25. Leverage 25. Algo, this stop loss ratio is 2.87. What's my risk going to be? That is the question. It is top of the structure. It is an auto block within a 4 hour auto block. So I'm going to maybe put, but it is a scalp. And some of the structure is bullish. I'm going to put 1% on this. This is going to be a 1% trade. So my trade is going to be worth $14.34. And my entry price is this. It wants me to buy this much. 1,373. Do a long. Profit is going to be this. And stop is going to be that. Oh, it says my profit will be 22. No, this is a short. Bloody hell. Stop loss. Why will my loss be so much? I must have messed something up. So hold on. Profit. Yep, I must have copy pasted an error here. Alright, there we go. Profit will be $34. Loss will be 10. That's not quite right. supposed to be risking. Supposed to be risking $14, but we're only risking 10. $2.61 1373 1373.97. Wonder if that 0.97. No, that's not going to make a difference. Okay, well, what is it? Profit. Yeah, that's fine. Stop. 5. 2. Ah, okay, 25. Oh, that's fine. What's going on here? 2.87 risk. What's my cost going to be then? What's my cost? Tell me. Something's not lining up here. And it's got to be something stupid too. 0.2610? 0.2610, yeah. Oh, cost $14, of course. The risk is 10%. Oh, I'm being an idiot. Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, one trade in, ready to go. I'm gonna wait for this one. Sol, we're watching. Dodge, we're watching. GMT, we're watching all of these ones. AVAX, that was a possible short there. I don't know if that price will come back up, honestly. XRP, we're watching that too. BNB, we're waiting for that to crack. ETH, gonna wait for that long. Oh, I didn't look at Chile today. Magnificent structure. Not sure what to do with it though. Good old Bitcoin. Did we look at that today? Alright, well, look, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. You guys got anything else you want to look at while I'm watching these? I had a tip from Dan the other day. I was talking with Dan. He's like, just one little tip. Make sure your Bybit chart looks a bit different from your TradingView chart. So my TradingView chart is like red and blue. My Bybit's green and red. It looks very different because sometimes you flip back and forth with the coin you're about to go into and the structure looks different. It doesn't have all your drawings on it. Slightly different colors, and you see things in a different way and you go, you know what? Maybe that trade idea isn't such a good idea after all. So, little tip there. Make your chart look different. See different things and open yourself up to you know, making other decisions. Come on, Algo, let's go. Let's see a little pump, pick up my trade, and let's dump. You're looking at a short on Chile. Alright, yeah, cool. Let's take a look. I didn't chart Chile up, I just looked at it. Chile. Yeah, that's a good position for a short, for sure. For sure. We have had a higher high, so we are slightly bullish. But we have had a break. No order block up here, but this is all happening within this order block here, right? Which has been mitigated. Ah, damn. It's gone. Once and then twice. So this order block is no longer. It is a breaker block. You could use this as your potential short, potentially, but it has been mitigated. That as a bit of a risk there. gonna look down at the 1 and 2 hours. Again, that auto block's been mitigated. It's gone. We have an auto block within this auto block, but it's looking very bullish. It's looking really bullish up there. You could risk a 1% scalp somewhere here. You could, but you're gonna have to set your stop. You have to make sure your stop is pretty high up. So at least at the higher high, right? At least there. And can you get... Oh, we're struggling to get a nice 3-to-1 at these structures. Unless you can manage to get this entry point higher up, I don't really see a valid trade there on Chiliz. You could say, yeah, sure, reduce your stop. You could do that. It's just, this is very bullish. I think you might get easily wigged out. So 1% trade only for me if I was doing that. It is a risky trade. Because we've had a higher high, I am looking to find the lower low and take a trade from there personally. But for the scalp here, you might be able to scalp it from there. Don't put the trade on though. Just wait. Oh, the only way you get triggered in is if you put the trade on. Hey. Was yours looking something like that? If the price came up, triggered me in, went past here, then we'll be breaking new structure. So that's pretty reasonable there. It's not bad. It's not bad. Talking about it, it's not too bad. It's just, look, honestly though, because we've had this higher high, I don't know if we're going to make it down 100% to the take profit zone down here. I think we might get somewhere around here and struggle, but that's still a 3. It's still a 3, so it's still pretty reasonable for a scalp. Just be ready to take profit. All right, be ready to take profit. Be setting your stop loss down as your trade goes in further. Personally, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, it's reasonable. I can see a TA. I'm not gonna do it because I just think it's a little bit risky. Having said that, you could do this and you can nail it. It looks like the price wants to come back up. Looks like it. We shall see. Now that we've done our main trades, we should be looking for shorts. Solana. Oh, that trend line is gone. Solana is near the top of the structure, so technically speaking, you could be looking for shorts up here too. What structure have we got in that 4 hour? We do have a big 4 hour order block here. Price could easily come back up before it's on its way down, but we're probably only going to go to areas down here. So I'm not sure if we have the yeah, you need a higher entry point for sure. The volume's not there to take a good trade on it. Dodge, I'm not considering. Oh, wait a minute, hold on a second. What am I thinking? Dodge is ripe for a little cheeky scalp, right? It's ripe. I did this the other week, right? I did this TA. did this TA not on Dodge. There was a similar TA. I think it was on BNB, and like I did the trend line, telling everybody, yep, it's going to take these stops. It's going to break through, broken dreams. I didn't take the short because we've had a swing failure here. There is an opportunity to take a short. And this is a 4-hour chart. I like this one. I like this. It's been tapped into though, but it might get tapped into again. I like this because we can do a really nice stop on this. And we can take it down to here. I can even get cheeky and put my stop here, because if it breaks this candle here, it's a new high. It's bullish. It's going higher. Yep, I like this. Dodge. This is gonna be my first Dodge trade. I'm gonna run a Dodge scalp. I feel like a degen. I feel like a degen doing this. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. But who am I to judge a coin and say what's degen and what's not? I don't give a shit. Really. What do I care? I don't care what coins have value and what coins don't. All I care is if there's supply and if there's demand. Alright, so this is a 2.39 risk. So we'll pop this in. 2.39 risk. Oops. Stop loss ratio, 2.39 stop loss ratio. We're going to do 1% risk only. I'll try it on a 25 leverage. So I need to set this one up. Isolated 25. Okay. Entry price. Prop my entry price into my spreadsheet. It's going to tell me how much to spend. And while I'm here, I'm going to put my profit in. And I'm going to put my stop in. It's telling me I need to buy 4,580 Dodge. Alright. At that price. 4,180.7. You can only do whole numbers. And we're doing a short. Alright, Dodge. Profit level is going to be there. And stop level is going to be there. We should be risking no more than 10. Here we are, 9.4. Fantastic. Alright. I'm only going to put two scalps in because my rule for this month is... Where's my rule? Scalp trades. No more than 2 scalps at any given time. That's my rule. So if I'm wrong, I'm not going to be very wrong. I'm just going to be slightly wrong. Structure has a high and a low. Yep. Must align with TA from a 4-hour chart. It does. Not 50% of the low time frame range. It's not. Must target highs and lows. It does. Risk to reward must be 3 or above. It ticks all of the boxes. We might not even get entries on these. But if we do, I'll be happy. Probably if they win, and if they don't, well, it's only 1% risk. It's fine. Now for my higher risk trades, when I say higher risk, my less risky trades for a higher price, I want to pop this one in my spreadsheet. So this is a D by D. And I'll leverage this at 25. We'll try 25. Long. Whoops. Long. Get it right. DYD 25. Alright, this is a 5.43 stop loss ratio. Entry price. I want to do a 3% risk on this. Why am I doing a 3% risk? Let me just run this through in my head. Bottom of the structure. 4-hour auto block. Targeting a 1-hour auto block within the 4-hour auto block. We've got resistance levels. We've got higher highs. Yep. Ticks all the boxes. This is a 3% trade. Are you doing the same thing? Good luck. Good luck. May the stops be with you. DYD. Entry point. And maybe that should be my catchphrase. Should the stops... May the stops be with you. So dumb. I like it. May the stops be forever in your favor. Okay. This would be a 23% trade. Sorry, $23 trade. So let's pop this in the system. DYD. How many do we need? 187 DYDs. 187. Point. Oh, it's fine. 187 is fine. Oh, with profit level, this is long, so we'll do it long here. Loss will be $30. That aligns with my 3% risk. Profit 121. All right, buy this long. It seems to me that's the most likely big trade to hit. I do like that cheese trade now that I've seen it a couple of times. I know I'm quick to judge, but I do like it now that I've seen it. Doesn't align with a 4-hour confluence though, so that would break my rules. But happy to. I'm going to paper trade it and see how it goes. Sold. Don't want to trade anything on that one right now. GMT. I do want to get in on this one. I'm already in on that one on DYD. So I'm going to leave this for now. Bitcoin. What do we think about Bitcoin? That's the big one. This is a fresh order block at a key support line. It's not at the bottom of the structure, but it is a key support line. It's actually not where I want to target, actually. I want this one. I want that one. That's the one I want. Look at that. That's a way better trade. Why? Well, it's been mitigated though. It's been hit, mitigated, and that's not where it bounced off. It didn't come from there at all. That's not right. It came from this auto block here. What the hell was I thinking? That's where it came from. Boom. That's the fresh auto block right there. You're set for a retest on a long. Yeah, cool. Good luck, man. Good luck to us both. Let's do this. So, if that's my idea... 6.45. Now you could say this has been hit once and mitigated. So chances are it'll play around here. It could go lower. Oh, tough call. Oh, damn. What do I want to do here? What shall I do here? On the other hand, that really is... That's a 15-minute. What am I doing? What am I doing, Chris? What am I doing here? That's a 4-hour auto block right there. What am I thinking? It's fresh. It's a fresh 4-hour auto block. That needs to be a trade. God, this is the problem that you can get when you go too deep into the detail and you're looking for auto blocks in a 15-minute. They come up everywhere. No. That's why I targeted this zone. It was a fresh auto block. Fresh. Hasn't been mitigated before. My stop needs to be low enough to help me out here. And my take profit 1 needs to be about here, with a 3. And then we've got this auto block here, which was mitigated already. Your entry was at 23,109. Yeah, similar, but where is your stop? That's the important question. Where is the stop? This is the structure that it broke to. Came down and broke this structure. A lot of people would have put their stops there too. Just repeat this exact same trade from last time. Yeah. Stop at 22475. To 475. Yeah, fair enough. Similar trades. See, I've got 2 here though. 2 trades here. Fairly confident that they're gonna get taken up. Something like that for me. Something like that. I'm not going to put these on. But I am going to sit here. Well, I don't know if I'm going to sit here, but I am going to be watching these over the course of the day. I can't sit in this room much longer. I need to go for a walk. But I'll probably come back here later and watch these. I'll be watching them on my phone. And putting those trades on. Once I see the price action in here, I'll put these trades on. Either this one down here or this one here, depending on the price action. All right. For now, though, I'm gonna finish up for the day. Good luck with those trades, buddy. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go enjoy the day, and see you guys later.
You